what's going on. So, I always like to have white on white crime because when someone black says something about somebody white, you get white folks going, oh, y'all just always want to play a card. Whatever race card is, I don't know what that means because we're human beings. Ain't no cards. You're playing what you're dealing with. That's reality. And when someone white says someone black, that can be sensitive in nature. So I like it when it's white on white because white on white, it's where you get your popcorn, get your bottled water, and it gets down to the nitty gritty. In the latest edition, Dina Taurasi, one of the greatest basketball female players ever. Three-time champion with UConn and a three-time champion in WNBA and two-time MVP. And her resume speaks for itself. So she was similar to Sue Bird, who's another fellow female legend, college basketball great herself. And they were analyzing Caitlin Clark's run and the Final Four, and then, of course, the loss to South Carolina. And they was asked about what she's doing. And Taurasi's like, Gino, the UConn great head coach, because I can't say that last name, but he did not allow them to jack 30-point shots and everything. It was a different era. But she said, wait till you come to the DMV of WNBA. You got some veterans, you got some women who they're not gonna let you just dance and glide through kids. You're in the woman's league. And so some heads, I saw Rob Parker and Chris Broussard were hating on Taurasi because they didn't like her tone. They want to come with Caitlin Clark with kid gloves on. And I heard Chris Broussard talking about she's going to dominate and be great and all that. She may all well and be. But let's not act like that Diana Taurasi is chopped liver, like she don't know what she talking about. She paid her due. She was an all-time great. There is going to be a nerve struck when this fresh-faced kid comes out of the blue and gets all this hype, all this kumbaya and all this, and you paid your dues and they're acting like you got to sit there and kiss the ring. Of course there's going to be some. But if you can back it up, and Taurasi can back it up, I was not offended at all. I welcome it. People don't like to hear from the old guards. Have you noticed that? You notice in the NBA, I get into it all the time. If you don't slurp LeBron James, oh, you're old, you get off your lawn, you ain't going nowhere. Nobody want to hear about those plumbers, those dishwashers, those cable wiremen, those mechanics, those ladder men, those handymen. Nobody want to hear that. We want to hear the new. Applies in this case too. See, the slurp fest for Caitlin Clark is intriguing, but it's there because she's the white hope. And I know the Taylor Swift situation. I know we need a great white hype. I understand. But then Taurasi was telling the truth. You got to prove it on the next level. We're going to see what you're made of. You're going to get your love and juice, but we're going to see what you're working with. And it's all competitive sport. They didn't talk crazy and reckless about Angel Reese, Acho, and a whole lot of them have said some real suspect, sold out comments, Jason Whitlock, which no surprise. But this here, white on white, who knows between the lines? I dare anybody, unless you didn't play women's basketball, you've been on the court, how you going to tell someone that's a made player that they wrong and they shouldn't be speaking out? Taurasi can speak on it because she been through the trenches. She knows what she's talking about. And she's telling Caitlin Clark, that ain't gonna necessarily gonna fly with what we dealing on this level. So I applaud Taurasi telling it the way it is, as opposed to sell out, bought and paid media hats and heads who will sit there and, because I know she got 18.7 million watches for the final. I saw what the numbers were. I know the UConn's men's ain't the same as the women's. I know the 14.7. It's just not the same. And I get that. Women's college basketball wars from, and it wasn't because of Caitlin Clark only. You did have a South Carolina team that went undefeated, so let's give them some love. Let's give Don Staley some love, okay? Let's give LSU, who was the champion, some love, won't we? And of course, you got UConn with Gino, the coach, who's been doing that forever and a day. So you had 4 compelling stories. The college men's don't have that because most of the guys, like I tell you, are one and done, or the big teams that go out, it's just not the same. Hasn't been the same. I did that video already. I told you, blame that on Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, Morris Stoudemire, LeBron. You lost 4 years of those guys. You go 4 times that, 16 to 20 years of not having those kind of guys playing. You never get the truest greatness of what college basketball is on the men's side. That's just how it is. I'm just keeping it 100. But on this side of the coin, you got it. And you got stories. Props to down to Taurasi for telling it. Because we need more to actually speak. Tired of these bought and paid for hats on these shows who want to slurp the Kool-Aid and put the sugar overflow and make you a diabetic when you didn't ask for all that. You want balance. You don't get it no more. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the review like I'm out. Peace.